I got a story for you. I'm gonna tell you about the time when I almost died. It happened back when I was a sophomore in high school, back when I thought I was a hot stack. But I really just look like Hey Arnold, which would explain why hats never fit me. But this particular day, me and my Uncle John went to a Chinese food restaurant, okay? We went to the Shanghai Inn, and it wasn't even an inn, okay? Apparently it's just an establishment built on lies and great cashew chicken. We went for the cashew chicken. While we're just grubbing it up, it like flashed rained. And about the time we stopped grubbing, it ceased. We leave the inn, we hop in the car. It was an SUV, I lied. I just wanted to make the story more eco-friendly. So we pull up to the exit in the Nissan Leaf, okay? And my uncle looks to the left down this back alley. And then he looks back at me and just says, "Should we hit it?" Okay, I didn't know what he was talking about. Okay, but the first thing that popped in my head was, it's a zombie. It freaking had to be. I mean, just the way he said it. It was either that or a pterodactyl. And let's be honest, I mean, that's just madness. I mean, this is crazy soup. His eyes said zombie. Those gelatinous marbles said that there was a zombie gallivanting in the back alley. And his nostrils flared, which could have meant that he's on rollerblades or he's playing street hockey. I mean, the thought of demobilizing a zombie with nothing but Newton's laws of motion. I'm all excited about that. I'm excited. I mean, look, quite excited. A little bit too dang excited about doing that. I was so dang excited that I forgot the finer points of grammar. Excited, pissed. So I look through his window, to see what's down this back alley, and I see it. Nothing. Not a freaking thing. No extracurricular fun-loving zombie rollerblading his way into my heart, which in the short time I birthed him in my imagination, I named Frolie. The street was empty. I mean, talk about a thing of smeef. Smelly beef. I mean, just uncanned smeef, right on my expectations. Turns out, he was talking about a puddle. Yeah, small dip in the road where water had collected during the rain. And when he saw it, he did what any earth-dwelling mammal would want to do when faced with a puddle. He wanted to hit it at ridiculously high speeds, causing a brief splash. Why do we do this? We know what it's going to do. It's going to splash places. Very uneventfully for a couple seconds. It's never going to surprise us with something new. Like a glorious double rainbow. Or gold coins. Bountiful! Or an undead rollerblading health nut named Frolie. So he pulls out onto the street and he starts speeding up towards the puddle. We're about to hit the puddle when a red truck happens to turn onto the street coming towards us. Now we're on an intercept course, okay? I don't know this guy. He doesn't know us. But we're about to cross paths on the orchestra of life. We engage the puddle at the exact same time. I'm guessing it created a vortex, a vacuum per se, that somehow drew energy from the earth like a spirit bomb. Exactly like a spirit bomb. It was a spirit bomb, okay? And it creates this water wave that freakishly defies all physics. I've never experienced real-life slow motion until this moment right here. I decided to grab a look at the wave that Poseidon was making. I look up and I look over and I catch the driver of the other vehicle looking back at me. And he just has this face of sheer terror. It was like the face that I wish I had power windows. The guy's window was completely down. Not freaking halfway, not cracked. It was the full freaking Monty. He was completely exposed. He just held out his hand. I guess he was hoping to freeze the wave. But I think he rapidly realized he was no Neo, because you could kind of see like a Dementor was ripping the hope away from his face as he had his hand up. He also hit his windshield wipers. The funny part to me is not the fact that the wave just lays him out, but his perspective of these two idiots watching him just in pure jubilation. I mean, the face that I had was just like, I just got the best dang chicken tenders. My uncle had this face of, I just found $20 in my pocket. So the time finally came where the wave just slaughters him. I mean, just takes him to prom, drops him off and doesn't even pay. Just, you could hear the howl from the man as he drove away. In fact, some people say that you can still hear it till this day. You just gotta listen close enough. We had to stop the dang car because we were laughing so freaking hard that like air had trouble getting to us because of earth lag, and our laughter was just transcending the traditional cackles into just a medley of squeaks. Friggin' sounded like a little pencil with a worn eraser, and you're trying to erase the dang bubble in the bubble test, but then everything starts getting all blackened, and you start smudging and tearing the test because the worn eraser, ultimately my test just looks like I got in a freaking brawl with a charcoal briquette and a thundercat. Ow. So I started slapping the controls on the door to lower the window so I could receive that precious O2 because I wasn't getting anything because I was dying from laughter. So the window is lowering, okay? And about this time, a car jettisons by, splashing a wave into my face as I'm dying of laughter. This just erupted an already deadly situation. It was like Bowser peed on an open flame. I was dying, okay? This was a crescendo of my life. Laughing squeaks were gone. It just was like a quiet pit of dissension. I remember I was just like crinkling inward like a broken slinky. But huzzah! There was an encore for my life. Turns out my failsafe kicked in. My dimples. Those glorious inverted pogs. Basically, what ended up happening was I strained my dimples so bad that I pulled a muscle in both cheeks, and from anguishing pain, I stopped laughing, which saved my life. Yeah. It wasn't my time. But when it is my time, I want to have the last laugh. Okay?